You may not know this, or you may know this very well if you've been listening to this channel, but video games are very much taking over the Hollywood blockbusters. I mean, if you look at the two industries together, it's been a long time since video games have surpassed the movie industry. And today we're talking about a very interesting game because it's extremely cinematic, it's beautiful, it's loved, the gameplay is great, and that game is Uncharted 4. It's not been out for even a week yet, and it's doing pretty well. I don't have the numbers, but it is doing very well, and it is being loved by its critics and the video game enjoying audience as a whole. And I think it's a very interesting game to look at because it is from the Naughty Dog line, which is the makers of The Last of Us, and this entire series, which has become a beloved staple. You could argue that Uncharted is a little pulpy, but I think it handles story and character and gameplay, and also the beauty of 3D mapping and acting. It all comes together so well.
Oh, thanks, Kim.
Oh, also Orion is an actor in this game.
Yeah,
weird.
I'm a lot of South African soldiers that kill you all the time.
So you're the characters that get killed.
Yeah, pretty much. Like if he's like, he's down by the bush, he's under that bridge, he's over there, like he's over here.
I'm gonna listen for it now.
Yeah, I'm all over the place.
You know, it's fun for me when I hear people whose voice I recognize. So there you go, audience. There's your chance to recognize him. But it is a really great game to talk about in terms of the video game industry versus the movie industry, which I do want to talk about more right now. You may not realize this, or again, you may realize this really well, but the sales are increasingly dwarfing the movie industry. If we can look at some numbers real quick, last year's huge movie that I loved incredibly was Star Wars: The Force Awakens. And its opening weekend sales were very solid, huge, $529 million. But if we compare it to some other releases last year and early this year, we have Call of Duty Black Ops 3 at $550 million. That's the first 3 days, though. Not
I'm
two.
also in that one.
Oh, okay. Another reason to check it out. And we also have Fallout 4, first opening weekend, $750 million. And lastly, Grand Theft Auto 5, which set the record for the most revenue generated by an entertainment product in 24 hours at $815 million in 24 hours, not even the weekend.
That's what?
Those numbers are crazy. They're huge. They're dwarfing.
What? Like, that's what?
Yeah. But it's like we're looking at these games. I mean, all of those games that we listed, they're not, flash in the pan games. They're big games that people love and don't love for stupid reasons. That they have a lot going for them.
I'm not. I would love to be in Fallout 4.
Well,
Bethesda.
maybe a DLC.
But,
it's out.
Yeah, no. It's gonna be. That's a game that they're gonna keep making stuff for. But like, I play that game all the time. I love Fallout, and
We had Courtney on, who was the female survivor from that game.
Courtney's a guest star on Draconian Knights as well. She's a doll. I love Courtney.
This is great.
I've never seen the numbers. I didn't know
they're massive.
How grand the numbers are.
Well, I mean, you have to look at it. They are two different entertainment mediums. So if you're looking at a movie, you're going to sit down for 2 to 3 hours, maybe. I'd say 1.5 to 3 hours. And it does cost, let's say, $15 a ticket.
Sure.
Let's just estimate.
Yeah.
Each game is $60. So already they have a major margin just by selling one unit.
Right.
But, a game does provide, if it provided you 1.5 to 3 hours of entertainment, you would probably lose your mind over that. So these are all like big games, big worlds, big stories spanning.
And it offers hours of entertainment. Like, I mean, I've always I've always been a gamer. Like, that's like kind of from a kid, that's what I've been doing. But like, even as a small brunt, I was like, I get why this is this much, because I can sit here for hours.
Well, we're moving forward even in that, because we look at Uncharted, and there's maybe this idea or this myth of the brainless, video game. But this movie has all the qualities of This game has all the qualities of a movie. See, I got real confused by it. And it has, even more to add to it. It does have the innovative storytelling and the beautiful direction, but it also has an element of you playing it and you taking a role in it, and it does provide that extra level. So I think it goes to show that not only can video games, hit the stride of movies, they can surpass movies. And it's not just a numbers thing. We can see it in the narrative as well.
We saw it with Last of Us, Neil Druckmann, and then Ryan James is one of the writers for Uncharted. I was talking to him about the writing. Like it was just kind of cool to like have that perspective. Like they care about story, and ultimately that's what it's all about. Is we all want that good storytelling. Like and we want to get from film, and now video games are kind of telling better stories here and there.
It's definitely extremely possible, and that I think is shown in this game and several other games as well. This isn't like the one game that has the quality that can meet or perhaps exceed.
No, I mean, old game, PS2 game like Shadow of the Colossus, one of my favorite games ever. Like the Metal Gear series, great. Like the silliest but really cool storytelling as well. Like there's a bunch of them.
It's crazy to me when video games aren't taken as seriously as the cinema. But just because it's newer doesn't mean that it doesn't have a lot to offer in terms of entertainment and value. And that's where I'm at least. Audience, what do you think of this? And have you played Uncharted 4 yet? Please let us know below in the comments. And please like and subscribe. And like our Facebook page.